This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
The best defense is a good offense. So before the sewer backs up into your home and wreaks havoc, stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is there for you when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. The website Louder Sound.
Which, and you're probably like, what the hell is that? That used to be called Classic Rock Magazine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they changed their name maybe because Classic Rock Magazine maybe sounded old. That would be my guess, you know? Like, only people over the age of 50 are looking at our magazine. Let's change it to Louder Sound.
Louder Sound. Well, you're absolutely right, because that's exactly what classic rock sounds like. Though when you see the top three of their top three music videos of all time, I think you can realize, oh, yeah, this came from the Classic Rock website.
Yeah.
So they have got the top three music videos of all time. Again, this is according to the website Louder Sound. And, I have to tell you, I'm having a hard time remembering these videos. I know the songs.
Okay.
But number three, I'm thinking, if my memory serves me, the video wasn't that impressive unless I'm just losing it. I don't know. The number three video is Bohemian Rhapsody, which they say here it is. A little silhouette of a man. And I remember the video, it's just the four of them singing, like, the four heads, like, north, south, east, and west, sort of.
Yeah, but that was kind of cool, like the way the lighting was. I mean, sometimes the song makes the video and the video makes the song, or a little bit of both.
Look, I'm not going to argue about the song, Steve, but I don't think this video is that great.
Oh, I love the video. Although the video could have just been Wayne and Garth in a car banging their heads, and I would have been all right with that.
Wait, that's not the video?
I know, it does feel like that's the video, right?
That's what I thought maybe they were basing it on. Is like, it can't be the original video. But, I mean, the original video is okay, but I just feel like so many great videos have come after that how can you call that the number three best video of all time?
Well, I guess they're also adding to the fact that I'm reading the art. At least they give a blurb of why they put certain things a certain way, because they said that the backstory behind the video also adds to the lore of the video, because it was only shot in 4 hours and it cost what the hell is 4,500 pounds? Is that like 4,500 bucks?
Oh, that's probably like $6,000 maybe.
Okay, so it's not like So they did all that for a cheap price and very limited time to create that video. So I think that adds to it. It's kind of like when people talk about Nirvana's Bleach. They're like, can you believe they made that record for $600? And you listen to the recording and you're like, well, yes, actually I can. But the songs are so great that it didn't matter.
Yeah. All right. Well, when you put anything that with the phrase of all time, my brain hurts. But, I guess I
wouldn't put it in my top three, but I do respect that it's a great video.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's a great video, but all right.
I would imagine that to some extent, maybe it's because it was like such a popular song that people just wanted to see the video.
Any visual that goes with it.
Yeah, and at that point, it was like maybe it was just a super popular video at the time, like got a lot of airplay.
All right, so what's the number for you then? What would be better? Like, what would be your number one music video?
Wow. I'm not a music video guy, but I remember the one that really impressed me. Two of them that impressed me, actually. You Might Think by the Cars, which I thought for the time it was really.
He's eating heads and stuff.
Yeah, he's a fly. Like
Excuse me?
His head is on the fly body,
That's
and
what
it's
it is.
weird.
Okay.
And it's really it's old school sort of attempt at CGI from way back in the day.
So bad. But you know what? I'd put that ahead of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, too. I think that was a super fun music video.
Oh, that is a trip. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very trippy, and I really like. And I also like it again for the symbolism of it all, and just it really matched the band. Was
Yes.
Devo's "Beautiful World." Which was so not about it being a beautiful world. It was like, they're singing about what a great place it is, but in reality, you're seeing all these horrific images of human history in the background. Really like that video, too. And I would put both of those ahead of Bohemian Rhapsody's video. Now, song-wise, totally different story, but video-wise. But here's what they said number 2, the number 2 video of all time is.
Yeah.
Song-wise, not my favorite Guns N' Roses tune. The video's a good video.
Great video, great song, you're nuts.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. You know what my favorite is.
It's just such a long song. The video is amazing, though.
Yeah.
The song is so, like, every time I hear it, I have to remind myself, I'm like, this is such an insanely over-the-top production when it comes to, like, the recording of it. It's not my favorite GNR song either. But I always have to give it a nod because it's just, that was around the time where they were just losing their mind with crazy videos. Like with that one video where there's a dolphin and they're swimming with a dolphin, and there's the one where,
oh yeah,
I can't remember which one where it might be this one or it might be that one where Slash is playing the guitar on a train track and he walks right off just as the train goes by.
It's November Rain.
Yeah, that was November Rain.
Yeah, it was epic.
It's just stupid, but it's awesome.
See, but I kind of want to take these ones out of the list because they're so long. It's like Green Day's Jesus of Suburbia. It's a 9-minute song, and they tell like an epic story in it, or like Michael Jackson's Thriller. It's like, it's a whole production.
Yeah.
If we're just talking like 3-minute music videos, I don't know if I'd put any of these in there.
But you know what's funny, though? On the flip side of, we talk about Queen costing like $6,000 to make that video. This music video, a little bit more expensive.
Yes.
November Rain cost about $1.5 million.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh, and it was Estranged. That was the video that cost them like $4 million.
Oh, that was the dolphin one.
That was the dolphin video, which, I mean, dolphins are very, Flipper does not go for a cheap price.
Yeah, his rate is really high.
$4 million for a music video. That's just amazing.
That's when you've made a lot of money as a band. You're just like, screw it. Let's do it.
Yep.
We can.
Wow.
Charge the label.
We can.
And the funny part is, if they just did like a live performance thing, I would have been just as jacked for it. Like, I look at like, Welcome to the Jungle, which is mostly just a live performance with some other shots thrown in as well. And that's like my favorite GNR video.
Yeah, it's tough for me when you say what's a great video, because I mean, like an amazingly artistic piece, I think has to count. That's the idea of it, as opposed to, all right, that's just a great song where you got, people, Bohemian, the way they did Bohemian Rhapsody. It's like, that's an okay video.
Axl's getting married in this music video to Stephanie Seymour. I mean, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot in that video.
And then, spoiler, I think the wife dies.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Well, and then there's like, was there like
I'm only
Jesus
8
on the
minutes in.
cross?
I haven't figured it out just yet.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of imagery in there, and I'm not sure what they're trying to say.
I do love the blurb about the video by Louder Sound. They say the whole thing is utterly bonkers, borderline hilarious, and strangely moving at the same time. They don't make them like this anymore. In fairness, they didn't make them like that back then either.
But Danny brought up a good point. I mean, how do you not put Thriller, in this in the top 3? Because at the time it was ridiculously revolutionary.
That seemed just like a short movie, though, like not even a music video, because there's so much going on with the entire thing. I remember watching it a lot as a little kid because I loved it.
And isn't this supposed to be the rock music videos, the best rock music? And would that be considered in the rock category?
Yeah, I wouldn't put it in there.
Well, they said the list of the top 3 videos of all time. If they're saying rock, you're absolutely right. Then we won't. But it's like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's really the Hall of Fame of music, really. But okay,
because Thriller's not even in the top 20 I'm looking at. So I'd imagine that they're just focusing solely on rock bands.
It's too poppy. Yeah.
Here's the number 1.
I wanna be
Nice.
Why don't you call my name?
It's a good video. Yeah, it's I think it is well done. It's a good song, and again, for the time with the effects that they had, very Max Headroom. It reminded me of
which
the way it was.
Vicky and Danny probably have no idea who the hell Max
You're
Headroom
absolutely
is.
right.
Dude, I've never even heard this song.
What?
Oh,
Same.
check out the video. It's such a trip. It's cool with all like the weird stop motion claymation stuff.
It's straight up acid trip, and it really put Peter Gabriel on the map. I mean, that video made him a star, not his music.
straight up.
And his music's not bad. It's just not anything to me special, but that's just my own hot take. But I think the music video is what made him a monster star for a brief period of time.
And I think the video still holds up because of that stop motion animation. You could even say it's almost like an homage to it, the way it's done, because we've seen other people create things currently, even though we have CGI and can make things smooth. People kind of, are nostalgic for that clunky movement of stop motion animation.
You mentioned stop motion. One of my favorite music videos is The White Stripes Fell in Love with a Girl, and I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Dude,
but it's basically,
I don't know if I have.
It's a music video where it's that stop motion style with Legos.
Oh, nice.
So they turned
it's
Meg
like
and Jack White into Lego characters, and that's the music video.
Yeah, it looks very 8-bit.
Very 8-bit, and it's all Legos that they created the music video with.
Yeah, it's
that's
amazing.
awesome.
It's such a cool video. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
Plus, the song is really cool, too.
They've had a lot of really weird. What was the one where it's like the instruments are all moving? I can't remember where. It might be Seven Nation. I don't think it is Seven Nation Army, but I can't remember. There's one where it's like where the instruments are all kind of being stop motion moved around.
Yeah, I don't think that is, because Seven Nation Army had the weird, trippy background that kept moving forward, the triangle that kept going forward and forward. That
might have been the hardest button to button.
See, I will say this. I mean, I don't know if you can. I mean, look, the Cars definitely were poppy, and they were a bridge between, new wave and rock, and maybe they even had a little dance, and you could argue maybe some disco in some of their songs, maybe. But I feel like you might think is better than, except Peter Gabriel. I mean, as much as we love that Guns N' Roses music video is over the top, I think for creativity, even the White Stripes video you showed me, I feel like that has to be considered when you're talking about a video. That White Stripes video is really good.
And the other one is called Hardest Button to Button. And if you're you're a video editing nerd, your mind will be blown by this, because it's just so many quick shots of them just where the drums are all growing in number of sizes of drums.
See, those are really creative videos.
Yeah, they always put out some good stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I would put Weezer, a lot of their videos, especially Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly was amazing.
You're right, Steve. How did I forget Buddy Holly? You're right. That's an amazing video.
And in more recent times, too, OK Go with all their crazy...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they choreograph those things.
I don't either.
If I even like cough while I'm on a treadmill, I nearly bite it. If I try to get a squirt of water while I'm on a treadmill, potentially I'm going to fall off of that thing.
Yep.
So I just want to be clear. There's another list that we don't agree with. Okay, as long as
I don't necessarily disagree with it. I mean, this wouldn't be my top three, but I mean, I don't think the choices are so outlandish and so stupid that I'm like, this list is bunk.
I feel like
Sabotage they put at number 12. I agree. That
Sabotage is really good too. I love that, just because it's that old school 70s, 80s
cop drama show.
Yeah.
Like Starsky or
Starsky. Again, those are really creative. I'll give November Rain. Yeah, I'm with you, Steve. I think it's not bad to be put on the list. And I'll give you Peter Gabriel. I just think that Bohemian Rhapsody's video is not that great.
And I'm just thinking off the top of my head, 3 videos from Tom Petty that I think that are better than Bohemian Rhapsody.
What's the Alice in Wonderland one?
Don't Come Around Here No More.
Oh, right. I forgot about that Tom Petty. See, once you start naming them, you go, really? There's so many better number 3s.
Yeah, You Don't Know How It Feels, and then Last Dance with Mary Jane, where he's dancing with dead, what's her name?
Oh, what was her name?
I can't remember.
But she was like a big star at the time.
Yeah.
Dead, what's her name?
Yeah.
Actress.
Yeah, she was an actress, and my brain is, I just lost
I can't remember either. Sorry, buddy. Good old Dead, what's her name?
Kim Basinger. Yeah.
Basinger.
She passed away?
No, but she was dead in the...
Oh,
yeah, Tom Petty killed her. You didn't know that?
Oh, I was just like...
For the video. It was really weird how they just went that, for their art.
Wow, look at that. I don't think I realized that. I don't know if I've seen this video.
It's a creepy video.
Dude, it's really great.
But it's really good.
I don't think I've seen it. Wow. He's
watching it, though, without any sound, it makes it even more creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I feel like I'm watching Dexter.
Oh, yeah, Tom Petty's about to do an autopsy.
I do like that they threw in Jane's Addiction's Been Caught Stealing, which is such a weird video. The shoplifting video where the guy's got pretend pretend to be a woman with a pregnant belly.
Yeah.
Just shoving stuff up there.
Yeah, that's a fun video.
Yeah.
Well,
That messed with my brain when I was
weird fun, yes.
young.
I have to give a shout out to a music video, otherwise my dad's going to kill me. But his favorite song and music video of all time is Take On Me.
Oh, that's a classic.
It's so ridiculous. And so it used to be his ringtone, so I'd hear it all the freaking time.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? That's,
First time I ever saw that was in a movie theater. They showed that music video before, like,
Really?
The Toxic Avenger or something ridiculous.
Wow.
And it was like, here's a new music video. And it was so cool to see this music video on the big screen, and it was that.
Yeah. It is another one that I think holds up to the test of time because of the animation. It's like you could easily do something like that today, and it would be an artistic choice.
What about Hot for Teacher by Van Halen? Someone texted that. Came in number 9.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, it's a party. It also
it's
created unfair expectations for every kid going to high school with an attractive female teacher because they're all assuming this is going to be a Van Halen song, and it's not.
Yes, not.
More often than not, it's not.
No. Well, yesterday was the big day. It was 2/2/22. And how about there was a baby born at 2/22 on 2/2/22? And that wasn't even the most incredible part of the story. You're going to hear from the mom at 8:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. In North Carolina, a new mom, Aberly Spear, gave birth to daughter Judah Grace Spear on 2/2/2022 at 2:22 a.m.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Do you think they were like, hold on to push. You got one more minute and just get it at that 2:22?
Oh,
I'm
totally.
fudging it anyway. If she was born at like 2:25, 2:30, I'm saying 2:22 on the birth certificate. That's what I'm doing. She was even born in room number 2, which is pretty cool.
For real?
Yeah.
This was done on purpose.
Yeah, they probably moved her in there or changed the numbers, swapped the numbers. It's really room number 3.
Yeah, I got no problem with that at all.
She was born at 3:30, but they just changed it. Law eraser. We want to be in the news.
Here's Aberly talking about it.
Everyone, I heard all the nurses screaming and excitement, and I was like, what has happened? I looked at him, and I was like, what time was she born? He was like, 2:22, and I was like, oh, okay.
All right, so it doesn't sound like it was a setup since mom was clueless to the whole thing, unless the hospital.
But his dad's the one. He's an attention seeker.
Dude,
he's an
awesome.
influencer out here. I'm not sure.
I mean, I wonder what this kid's life is going to be like. Yeah. You just wonder what this kid's life is going to be like, because it is a pretty awesome thing.
I'm guessing it's going to be no different than if it was born at January 3rd at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Really? Well, you don't believe in fate and special dates and numbers and stuff?
No, it's just an exciting thing. They'll have a picture to share.
I would have a lot of woo-woo girls on my Instagram feed that would disagree with you, because all of them were posting yesterday. 2:20. It was like they were waiting for the 2:22.
I saw that. I think it's a fun thing to post, but what happened? Nothing.
Well, obviously you're not a numerology guy.
Yeah, what if this kid now unlocks all these special powers, becomes a superhero, and is just like Deuce Man or something?
What if this kid
Deuce Man!
Rev, no one's going to take that title from you, first of all.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
There we go.
What if this kid goes down like a dark road of crime, and it's because everybody has just way too high expectations because it's a 2-2-2-2-2 baby?
Again, Deuce Man works pretty well still.
Yeah, Deuce Man could be a bad guy. You're right. Yeah. So
Poor
either
kid
way, it
didn't
works
ask
out
for
well.
This problem.
Yeah.
He wanted to be born on 220. No, it couldn't happen.
Now this is also you can
It's like
say
those-
what you.
When do we hear any stories about like the January 1st babies? Born at we don't hear any stories. This kid won the lottery. Fun fact: 15 years ago, it was born on this time.
That was,
You can poo this, Steve.
That was always something that my mom would tell me, like, well, weren't you just, if you were just born on New Year's Eve, you would have gotten all kinds of free diapers and everything, but no, you had to be
But
born.
no.
It was like this big thing of like, you should have been the New Year baby, but you weren't. You were born 25 days too early.
And she's right. Look at your life. I mean, you're really nobody.
Ooh, so our buddy Photog Jim said that there were 2 babies born at 2:22 a.m. on 2/22/22.
Okay, so they might be like Wonder Twins. Powers activate when they join.
Or what if one's the supervillain and the other one's the superhero?
That could work too.
Yeah. We
Deuce
are
Man
watching way
versus-
too many of these DC and Marvel movies.
You can poo-poo the whole numerology thing or whatever. Maybe you can, but she's a special birth. Aberlee had cancer and was told that it was pretty likely she would not be able to have children at all.
Her name means praise, Judah. That's why we picked that name, because I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma back in 2014, and we were told that we probably couldn't have kids.
Why don't you tell me this before we goof on the
Yeah,
person?
we just
Jesus,
spent like 5
BJ.
minutes
Sorry, man.
making fun of her.
Well, I mean, Steve was just, he's making fun of the whole
I'm not
lore,
making
but I
fun
don't
of
think you're making fun of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
weren't.
not really, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it is. Well, and also, I mean, I wonder if it was a
Again,
surprise.
nothing's going to change with the child.
Oh, you're not going to, you don't think the child's special at all?
22.
This is a miracle baby. This was a baby that wasn't supposed to be. This is like a virgin birth almost. I don't even know if the father was involved. If it was a miracle,
Yes.
he probably wasn't. We should
Miracle
ask
baby.
him. We should say, hey, were you anywhere near when this happened? Or was this just like like little Anakin Skywalker? Like
What do you think he's going to
midichlorians
respond?
came
Hey,
through.
I'm Chuck. No, we haven't had sex in 3 years. I don't understand what's going on.
See, and it's a special thing.
I started looking into the other baby that was born at 2:22, and apparently the dad said that the obstetrician said, hey, we could wait an extra couple minutes to start pushing to see if we can get the 2:22 time. And they did. And so they got another
It's a
baby.
poor doctor who's
I'll
like,
be honest.
Maybe.
If someone came up to me while my wife was trying to give birth to a child and said, hey, would you like us to do? I'm like, no, let's just have this kid. I don't care about your stupid numbers. Like, I'm not here to be a news story for you, jackass.
Wow. Look at this.
I just want my baby to come out healthy. I'm not going to play these stupid games.
If you were my father and I found out that you delayed my special birth and my powers,
I
all
could have
because
been
you were-
someone,
Yeah, I
right?
would have been. I'd be like, I'm so mad at you. I would have been special, but instead I wasn't. All right, so there you go. So 2 kids born at 2:22 a.m. on 2/2/2022.
Wow. 2/22/2022.
Yeah,
You were saying 2/2/2022.
isn't it 2/2/2022? That's the year we're in, aren't we?
Yeah, but it's February 22nd, so it's 2/22.
Oh, it's written wrong on my thing. You're absolutely right. It is
Yeah.
2/22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it written wrong on my thing. That's my
yes.
bad. That's my bad. It's February 20. Anyway, the kids got a lot of 2s.
Lots of twos.
Yeah,
All the
lots of-
twos.
Lots of 2s in there.
This just said it
And-
was 3 babies that were born at 2:22, just different times, and 2 of them were from Utah.
What do you mean different times?
One in the morning, one in the afternoon.
12 hours later.
oh, yeah, that's how they can do that.
Another 2.
Oh, so
There's
one-
3 lucky babies. They need to be
Yeah.
friends.
Okay, they should be
They
friends. Let's do
need
it.
to be friends.
There's a show right there. I'd watch it for a
The
minute.
2 kids. Yeah, you do.
I wouldn't be surprised though if there's like at some point, like 15, 20 years from now, that somebody gets some of these babies together to have that.
Oh,
It
definitely.
Because it definitely is different than January 1st because we get that every year. Like this is something that's not going to happen for a very long time.
Yeah,
Don't
you
ask
know
me
what?
how long,
I'll tell
but
you
it's
the
a
perfect
very
time to
long
get them
time.
together. When they turn 22.
Yes,
That's the time
I
to get
listen
them
to
together.
Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
I was going there too, and it made me so excited.
I know. We'll listen to that tomorrow when we go to the game.
Yes, we will.
Okay,
2-2.
that might be the
Jeez.
most.
Yeah, 2-2 of us.
I don't know.
There are 2-2 of
The
you.
most unlikely hockey rally song that anyone's ever listened to
our
before a
jerseys
game.
personalized to number 22.
There we go.
And there's a reason why we got blank jerseys, Danny. We just didn't know about it until today.
You get Taylor, and I'll get Swift on the
Oh
back
my
of mine.
God.
Please. Okay, now you have to.
When we're at
You know,
the game.
I always said I'll never have an orange thrown at me at a hockey game again back when I was a kid. And I think this will be the time where it happens again.
Oh, yeah. Do it.
An orange?
Yeah, it happened when I went to a Rangers game wearing a Devils jersey.
And, and just for the folks
I was
that
a kid, and a grown man threw an orange at me.
Like a full-on orange, or was it like an orange slice?
No, it was an orange. Hadn't been peeled yet.
Ow.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
Danny, Steve, just for the folks that aren't as big as Swiftie fans as you guys are, what is the significance of 22?
Oh, if you don't know, we don't deserve to find out.
No, yeah.
Wow. Isn't it an album name?
Shut up.
I hate Taylor Swift.
And no, it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. Google it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thanks for that. Yeah. Well, congratulations to everybody involved.
Part of the 22 Club.
All right, we got a new poll because you know what? That's what we love. We love polls.
Who doesn't? Wow. Speaking of Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Oh, I don't want to make the Swifties mad at me. I take that back.
Again, I don't know. Maybe these people are deluded, maybe not. 63% of people think that their cooking at home could compete with professional celebrity chefs.
Oh, that's my girlfriend.
Go
100%.
That's Joe.
That's true, actually.
Yeah, Joe
Bring
does.
Joe in here. He's the guy that thinks he's good at stuff.
But he hasn't even put his money where his mouth is. Yeah, that
Or his mouth where the food is.
Or his food where our mouths are.
Yeah, that thing, too.
Yeah.
That's the one.
He brags about his food, but never lets us try it.
Yeah,
and the one
right.
time we tried his mac and cheese, we find out it was just a store-bought box. He didn't even make it the way he usually does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
It's like a make-believe mac and cheese that he makes that you pretend that you've had, BJ.
I know it's hard to believe I pretend all these holidays. You're right. I have to keep up the facade. I have to do it. So 63% say they could compete with celebrity chefs, though they believe at least if they were in a cooking competition, maybe they'd make it mid-season. Not too many people think they would go all the way. Only 5% think they could win it all.
I'm always convinced on any of those cooking shows that I'd be the first to be kicked off.
And 27% of the people are just like you.
Yeah, I mean, like we watch even the Nailed It show. I feel like mine would be so bad, even they'd be like, "You got to go." Like, why'd we even invite you?
There have been some bad ones on that show.
I know.
I mean, I feel like I don't watch many of those shows. I just watch the Great British Bake Off, and those are just regular people who are competing. They cook at home, they bake at home, but they're not really professionals. But it is amazing how many of them, though, at least with the two judges who are supposed experts in baking, how many of them actually get like the highest marks for some of the things that they've done. So I don't know. Maybe there is a possibility that some folks are as good as anybody could be.
Dude, we watched the Kids Baking Challenge or Championships, whatever the hell it's called, the show that has kids cooking stuff, and I can't even compete with them. And they're like 8.
Yeah.
I'm like watching some of these cakes that they make. I'm like, yeah, some are really disgusting looking, but it's way better than I could even do.
Yeah, baking is hard. Baking is really hard.
How do we get Joe on one of these cooking shows?
Oh, dude, I go on Chopped or Guys Grocery Games.
Guys Grocery Games not a cooking show.
Well, what is it then?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, they have to
cook.
I'm thinking about Supermarket Sweep.
Yeah. Which is basically
that's a whole different story.
I always see the show. I never watched it. I always see I'm like, oh, what? Guy's doing Supermarket Sweep, but he just calls it Guys Grocery Games?
I thought that too.
I think
Why do they call it grocery games? What do they do?
They get a certain amount of money, and they're supposed to get the ingredients with the amount of money they have and then create a dish.
Well, that's one challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, they can just, sometimes he doesn't give them specifications.
Well, maybe I should watch this.
It's a great show. It's like Chopped, but like with Supermarket Sweep.
I legit thought it was just like Supermarket Sweep. I'm like, I already seen that. I don't need to see another, because like and sometimes I'll have it whenever I DVR a show. It's like Guys Groceries Games was on right before it.
Yeah.
And like the last 30 seconds doesn't really tell you that. So all I ever thought was it was just a stupid contest to buy stuff at a grocery store.
No, honestly, and some of it's great too, because like Guy throws in like a bunch of different twists. So like he'll make you go shop through the entire thing with like the intention of like you're gonna make, something like hometown hearty or whatever. So everyone picks out their ingredients, and then right before they start cooking, he's like, all right, everyone switch stations. So they have to go with completely a different that they didn't pick out. And it's it's so good. I love Guys Grocery Games.
I'd crush it, dude. I could turn anything into a mac and cheese.
Yeah, sure.
Anything into a mac and cheese, huh?
That's
How
right.
about the steak, sir?
Steak, mac and cheese.
Oh, crap.
There you go.
Broccoli, pudding, mac and cheese.
Pudding, mac and cheese.
pudding.
Oh, now you're
cheese
talking.
pudding.
I would like to see Joey D's on a cooking show. That'd be fun.
I'd just like to see his mac and cheese at some point.
I would like to eat the mac and cheese.
That too.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, that's not going to happen. That's only for special occasions for his family.
I'm the guy they bring on just so they could have someone to really goof on. Like, there would be no other reason to have me on a cooking show. Like, because I'm the, like, we watch those shows and I'm like, my wife is always like, Why can't they just follow the directions? Like, they give them the directions on what to do. Like, they all go rogue. I'm like, that would be me. I would just get so... It's like me looking at an IKEA instruction thing. I look at it and I'm like, hey, let me just try and figure it out myself, and I'll come back to this if I need it. And then like all of a sudden things are backwards, and I'm like, I should have just read it in the first place. Like that's me with cooking with the recipe.
Oh, Steve, you could be on Worst Cooks in America.
There you go.
Yeah. That's the idea where the worst cooks compete with the celebrity chef, and you get to like light things on fire and cut things wrong.
Oh, dude, we were at El Gaucho for Valentine's Day dinner, and they were setting things on fire, and it was so awesome. It was just like a Kiss concert around us. Like every so often, it was like either they're getting a Bananas Foster or some Cherry Jubilee, I think it's called.
Ooh.
Yeah. All I know is it involves a lot of fire, and it was cool, man.
Fire. Cool, man.
That's how I always feel when I'm at Benihana's and they do the onion tower.
Yes.
No matter how many times you've seen it, I've always wanted to be that guy that gets to light it on fire.
I want to be the guy that grabs the little doll that they lift up the pants and it pees water on the fire.
Yes. You want to be the guy that you want to be in charge of that doll? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't want to pee the doll.
Okay.
No,
I wasn't sure.
That would make the dining experience very unacceptable.
Steve is going to get up and do what?
Have you ever had that guy at the Benihana's?
I don't think I have.
Oh, you guys are missing out. There's sometimes a guy, I think it was Benihana or Iron Chef that we've been to, and it's more than one. I think it's probably like something like on their like little Facebook groups that shares like fun little things that they could throw in there to add like comedy to the cooking experience. So they set the fire, so they have like the volcano at like one of those Benihana type places, and then they pull this little toy doll thing that squirts water, but it squirts it out of the pee-pee.
Yep.
Yes.
And it does it on the fire. It kills the table every time.
Yeah. The show.
I would die laughing at that.
Vicky's found a video of it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. He just squirts water on the fire.
There he does. Yeah, you know, that's everything for us. If you know,
I guess you guys, maybe they gauge it based on the clientele. And
Maybe
they see
so.
me and they're like, that guy probably laughs at 69 jokes and will think this is funny.
Yeah. I don't know. They did it with my 7-year-old daughter last time we went to one. So she thought it was hilarious.
Well,
it is.
Yeah. So Steve is, he's kind of like a 7-year-old. So I think they probably figured, hey.
Mm-hmm. They also had this fake ketchup bottle. Then he was like, he's like, hey, you want some ketchup on yours? And then threw it and it like the ketchup like squirts out, but it's just like a string. And Lily screamed and almost fell out of her chair. She's like, that was the best thing ever.
Those are the best of those kind of chefs.
Yes, they are.
When they do like the little tricks too with the spatula and the knife. And
just flipping shrimp in your face.
Whenever you go to one and they just kind of are serious, you're like, dude, what is this? Like the understudy?
You don't get a tip.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, they get a tip.
No, I know.
You got the hungover chef.
I'm going to go straight to the no tip.
You didn't show me the pee-pee guy. You're not getting a tip.
Where's my pee-pee guy?
Heard about that. Wow. This Danny's he's a hard sell.
Now you know how
a man kicked out of Benihana demanding a pee-pee guy.
Yeah. Probably not a thing to say. Well, there you go.
Someone says the Iron Chef and Samurais in Spanaway, they do the doll trick.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So, so far, Joey's probably the only one qualified.
All right.
Well, yeah. Sorry, buddy.
I don't know. I mean, if they have like the Great Traeger Bake Off, I feel like Danny and the Rev could be in it.
Danny's definitely.
That's just a bunch of losers standing around while the oven does the work.
All right, microwave boy.
I'm about to say, says the guy who only knows how to cook if there's like a little like clear plastic thing on the top that you peel off.
I'm not saying I could go on any of these cooking shows. I know exactly who I am. I am not a chef at all. So, I mean, who's deluded? I know what I am, a loser. You guys apparently think you're not. Well, welcome to my world.
That would be awesome. Father-son baking competition or cooking competition.
You and your dad?
Yeah. We would lose, Joe.
Yeah.
I would drag you down, son. So you got to get your mother if you want a chance to win.
I don't know. She'd be much better.
Do you think the Benihana Iron...
I will not let her hear this audio at all.
No, I've already sent it to her.
Yeah, we already...
Yeah,
remember the last time we criticized, or at least I said somebody else cooked something a little better than her? Oh, man, that was a beating.
I was there for that, and it was awesome.
It was pretty amazing, yeah.
It was at my house.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for that.
It was good
Shout
mac
out
and
to
cheese.
Ben and his mac and cheese. Well, it was you that said, this is the greatest mac and cheese I've ever had.
Yeah, that's your fault.
Yeah, but I mean, I think people have to understand you're trying to be nice. You really want to be nice. Of course, I might have been a little high. I can't remember.
It was my 420 potluck party.
Yeah, so it could have very well been. And I think you have to understand, like, come on. But my wife, I didn't realize that she had some pride in certain things. That was one of them. And she was, that was a beating. Yeah, so.
It's like, babe, no one's made a better mac and cheese. It's the greatest mac and cheese.
Yeah.
And she's just staring daggers into your father's.
Oh, man, I can see it. What? Silver medal's not that bad. You know?
Yeah. It's just like, yeah. And you know me, I don't back down from a position. I died on that hill pretty badly.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
Which actress's character was first killed in the 90s movie Scream?
Courtney Cox.
No.
Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
Oh, man, you really thought Courtney was the one.
I just love saying her name.
Yeah, you do.
That's right. I kind of feel like that's what it was. All right, you want a shot at beating Steve? Well, hopefully Courtney Cox is close to an answer. You want this? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.